still have a few things to do here on the crazy. I also have to turn the TV. Don't let that come through the microphone. So I need to play with the kid. His name is Sasha, and he is the best. Just coming down to the market. I sworn there was somebody who wanted my help cheating when I was down. The flux. I hate going to the markets. Damn it. Flee. Disappeared. Damn. Has to remember not to arrest the guy.
Hold it. That's close enough, Army. You got my payment?
Do you have the mods?
Show her the goods.
That looks about right.
Damn straight it is. These mods are the best on the market. Now hand over my credits.
Here you go.
Blue broken.
Here you go. Enjoy it. Come on, boys. We're done here.
And it need not drive me, son. But I'll draw both great and small from Dundee to St. John. There's a noble fleet of whalers a-sailing from Dundee. Walking between you. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, what is it?
Why were you tossed out of there?
Doran didn't have a clue what I was doing. He assumed I was cheating.
And yet here you are, cheater.
I was just tipping the scales in my favor, only as an experiment.
Still sounds like cheating to me.
To you, maybe. But this device is merely intended to simulate situations and record results. Recording losses is easy, of course. Nobody notices those.
Why do you need to record these outcomes?
Ah, now you're getting to the heart of it. I've spent the last 5 years developing a system that can accurately predict wins and losses on the Quasar. I just need a few more recorded wins and I can complete the algorithms.
Can you do that? Isn't that illegal?
It's illegal to use my system, but I won't use it. I'll sell it to others. I just need a few more wins recorded.
Does the device help me win?
The device is set to emit a frequency that will slightly increase your odds. Nothing like my system eventually will, but enough to allow you to record your wins more quickly.
What's in this for me?
Keep your winnings. That should be payment enough, I think.
I'll help you out.
Huh. I suppose I could let you...
Doop-a-doo.
Here you go. When you've recorded enough wins, it'll let you know. Of course, if you get caught with the device, well, off you go. That data won't collect itself. It's not what I heard.
What did you hear?
Can I dance? I'm gonna dance.
Rumors about strange metal creatures with relay eye.
Dance.
Yes, but there's more. There always is. Higher than some connection with
See, damn it, I can't see it. Is this high stakes or low stakes? Low stakes. Alright. The Twitch thing is covering it. How about this? What is this? Stakes, low stakes, high stakes. Alright. Just in case, I'm gonna save. Save scummer. Only when it doesn't matter. I want 20. Closer to 20 is better.
Don't
Oh
often
yeah,
see someone getting as lucky as you.
I'm just that good. Yeah.
Your luck seems unnatural, human.
Yeah, well, you're a jerk. You run a den of sin. I got some money that was worth it. Now I'll give it back to the cheat. Wait, I saw it. I thought exclamation.
So, did you record 5 wins with the device yet?
Here you go. I hope it's what you're looking
Excellent
for.
indeed. This will provide me. You enjoy those winnings. I'm gonna get the system completed.
Oh, got an additional 600 credits. I'm gonna change the location of that thing because it's annoying me. So far, nothing. That exclamation point was just for the thing. Okay, so I'm gonna blow. Okay. So it does cover stuff up there. sister, Julie, her sister, whatever their names are. I need a drink. I'm gonna get me my tea. My iced tea. My genuine southern tea. And there we go. I don't know if y'all can see me, but I'm giving my kitty screeches. Okay, now I gotta talk to What's His Nuts and see if Tally's encryption level is high enough yet. If tisn't, I'm gonna be mildly annoyed. You stay away from my sweet tea. Sweet tea is not for tiny kittens.
Commander, I hear you have something for me.
Here's your shipment, Chelik.
Excellent. This is everything I need. Maybe more than I need. Here, Commander, take this. I won't need it. You've earned some payment for your work. I appreciate your help. It shows a lot of integrity. You didn't need to do anything after I let Jenna go.
Now I need to get these mods into evidence. Thanks again, Shepard.
I got a kitten in my lap, I'm happy as a clam. Still too low. Oh, walls. Covers up part of my squad. There's like no good place. Okay, now what equipment did I get? Armor piercing rounds. Okay, any other? Nothing there. Those are all out in the universe. Those are the three main missions.
In breaking news, Chairman Burns of the Parliament Subcommittee on Transhuman Studies has been kidnapped by biotic extremists.
Dear.
The biotics commandeered a freighter and were last seen in the Hades Gamma Cluster. No demands have yet been made.
I'll save his life. 'Cause that's what Shepard do.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
We hide our load screens in clever ways.
Decontamination in progress.
I heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
Saren's out there somewhere, and we're gonna find him.
Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
This is Commander Shepard speaking. We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't gonna be easy. This began with an attack on a human settlement in the Traverse. But we know Saren won't stop there. His Geth armies aren't gonna stay on the far fringes of Citadel space. Our enemy knows we're coming. Wherever he searches for the conduit, we'll be there. We will hunt him to the very ends of the galaxy and bring him down. Humanity needs to do this. Not just for our own sake, but for the sake of every other species in Citadel space. Saren must be stopped, and I promise you all, we will stop him.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
The captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We can't fail.
Yes, ma'am.
Give you a good coming later. And you'll try to bite me, and in any event, get that flea off you. Or we'll try very, very hard to get that flea off you. So if there's one flea, there's probably several. Stand directly under a lamp, of course you're gonna be uncomfortable.
Anything you need, Commander?
Come on.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Wow,
I've
shiny.
wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal.
What's your opinion on the last?
I don't see how we could have done things any better. At least not without getting to Eden Prime sooner. And we were on the scene faster than any other Alliance ship could have been.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
I had to talk to Chakwas.
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up serving on an Alliance ship?
I enlisted right out of med school. Earth always seemed boring to me. Too safe, too secure. I figured the colonies were teeming with exotic adventure. I wanted to travel the stars, tending the wounds of tough soldiers with piercing eyes and sensitive souls. But humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding through the Traverse.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice, but there's something special about working on soldiers.
How well do you know the
I'd never
lieutenant?
worked with... Tends to keep to himself, though.
What does that have to do with
Well,
it?
most biotics now use
What kind of
severe
complication?
mental disabilities, insanity...
I should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
This will eventually be Liara's room. And I wonder just met John McClane. I picked him up on the plane. Took him that naked Tony Tower to meet with Ali. Gonna get him back into being a man. Miles and his buddies messed up the plan. It's about the time that things went sour. The Christmas party.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story.
There's a hell of a story.
Go ask the Quarian if you
So
want.
long, Rex.
Shepard. Nice. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogans live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting...
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
I heard about that. You know, they almost...
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
Sorry, Rex.
Your ignorance. As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight. So we leave. Hire ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one, and no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
I can, because I'm Shepard.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Commander?
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I need to get my duty squared. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Kinda wish you'd got there sooner, Commander. No offense, I appreciate the rescue. I just wish...
You wish we'd been able to save the rest of your unit.
Yes, ma'am. If I had been more alert, we wouldn't have been cut down by an ambush.
The Geth are perfect ambushers. They don't move, they don't make noise, they don't even breathe.
They have flashlight heads, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am?
Garros.
Thanks for bringing me on board, Commander. I knew working with the Spectre would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with the Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
Hey, Commander, you know that Quarian, Tally? She's been spending all her time down here asking me about our engines.
I'll tell her to leave you alone.
What? No, she's amazing. I wish my guys were half as smart as she is. Give her a month on board and she'll know more about our engines than I do. She's got a real knack for technology, that one. I can see why you wanted her to come along.
I figured she'd be a real asset to the team.
You got an eye for talent, Commander. But I'm guessing that's not why you came down here.
Fill me in on the IES stealth system. How does it work exactly?
You can't hide a ship out in space. They emit too much heat and radiation. Too easy for sensors to pick them up, unless you find a way to capture those emissions. So our stealth systems trap the energy we give off in storage sinks built into the ship itself. No emissions to give away our location. Eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running and they overheat. Cook us inside our own hull.
There's no way for anyone to detect us?
A visual scan can still pick us up. Anyone looking out a window can see us plain as day. But you have to be pretty close to get an actual visual out in space. Most vessels rely on scanners. As long as the stealth systems are engaged, they can't see us. Not unless we accelerate the FTL speeds.
Why doesn't it work with faster-than-light travel?
Cranking up the FTL blue shifts our emissions, pushes them into frequencies too high to capture in the sinks. As soon as we make the jump, it's like setting off a flare. Sensors can pick up our location whenever we enter or exit FTL flight, but for short-range missions, our stealth systems are amazing, and we've got the only one.
Where else have you served, Adams?
If you name a class of Alliance ship, I've probably served on it. Everything from dreadnoughts and carriers right down to frigates like the Normandy. My last assignment was on the Tokyo, only a cruiser, but she was a good ship. Couldn't hold a candle to the Normandy, though.
I want to know more about the Normandy.
She's the best ship I've ever served on, probably the fastest vessel ever designed. And she's the only one using the new Tantalus drive core.
What's so special about the Tantalus drive core?
Proportionally, it's about twice the size of any other vessel. Not only are we faster, but we can run at FTL speeds longer before we have to discharge the core.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Carry on my wayward son.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype, cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource.
Sheeps.
But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla, grow our own food, mine and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials.
I think that's a six-pointed star in the center of the
That's why our
drop.
pilgrimages are so important.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials?
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
Each time for butt stuff.
More about the Geth.
I doubt I can tell you anything you don't already know. It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins, what they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI.
Sex bots.
Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
So the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in a group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm probably oversimplifying. The Geth are incredibly advanced and complex creations. All you need to know is that they get smarter when they gather in large numbers. As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to engage in mundane, repetitive, or dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all
Although we
Geth.
know that that's not exactly how it
The Geth responded to
happened.
this order violently.
Hey, you can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of Quarians died at their hands. In the end, we were forced to flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
It's hard to feel sorry for you. Your ancestors tried to wipe out another species.
We made a mistake when we created the Geth in the first place, but we did not make a mistake when we went to war against them. If we had not acted, they would have wiped us out. They're a synthetic life form. They have no use for organics. None. Why do you think they cut themselves off from the rest of the galaxy? Why do you think they've killed every organic being who's ever tried to contact them?
They didn't kill Saren.
What does that tell you? The Geth are not innocent victims in all this. They're the enemy. They want to destroy us. Not just the Quarians. All organic life. That's why they've joined up with Saren. And that's why we have to stop him.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to... But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted...
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains... Even when the gift is not particularly valuable, the captain It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return.
I can't believe they just send you off.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return, and the ritual presentation.
I want to talk about something.
Like what? See you later.
Lots of codex. Okay. Boodly-doo. I can talk to this guy. See what sort of new inventory we got.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
I can't compare. I should sell off a few things. Alright. Out into the galaxy with us. Beep boop boop beep 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 boop boop beep beep. Can I talk to Presley?
If anyone has to take over for Captain Anderson, I'm glad it's you. I'm not sure about having non-humans on our ship, though.
We're all on the same team here, Presley.
With all due respect, ma'am, that's what they said about Nihilus. Look how that turned out.
I'm in charge here, Presley.
Yes, ma'am. Understood, ma'am.
Speak freely, Presley.
It's not that, Commander. Humanity has always handled its own problems. Saren attacked one of our colonies. We should be the ones to stop him. We don't need their help.
Some people think asking for help is a sign of weakness. That's just being stupid and stubborn. No matter how strong you are, allies can make you stronger.
I guess so. Maybe I'm just stuck in the old ways of thinking. But don't worry, Commander. This won't be a problem.
Better not.
How did you end up assigned to the Normandy?
I signed up with the Alliance as a navigator right out of school, following in my grandfather's footsteps, I guess. My first posting was on the Alchemical. We were one of the first reinforcements to arrive at Elysium after the Blitz hit. Those raiders were no match for an Alliance frigate. Of course, the only reason the colony was still standing was because of you, Commander. I can't believe you held out as long as you did.
How'd you end up on the Normandy?
I got my officer's commission after Elysium. Must have made an impression on the right people. Captain asked for me when he was picking his crew.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
Paragon and Renegade.
Commander, something you need?
How's the Normandy performing? Is she everything they said she'd be?
She's the best ship in the fleet. If you've got a pilot who knows how to handle her. Balance isn't what you'd expect. Takes a while to get used to that oversized drive core we got stuffed in the back, and her power can sneak up on you if you're not careful. The Normandy's probably too much ship for your average Alliance pilot, Commander. Lucky for you, I'm anything but average.
I like to know my crew. Mind if I ask you a few questions?
I can see where this is going. You did a background check on me, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the same thing I told the captain. You want me as your pilot. I'm not good. I'm not even great. I am the best damn helmsman in the Alliance fleet. Top of my class in flight school, I earned that. All those commendations in my file, I earned every single one. Those weren't given to me as charity for my disease.
What are you talking about? Are you sick?
You mean you didn't know? Oh, crap. Okay, I've got
like fucking
Froelich syndrome, brittle bone disease. The bones in my legs never develop properly. They're basically hollow, too much force and they'll shatter. Even with crutches and my leg braces, it's hard to get around. One wrong step and crack! It's very dramatic.
Osteogenesis imperfecta.
Put the Normandy in my hands and I'll make her dance for you. Just don't ask me to get up and dance unless, you like the sound of snapping shin bones.
Why does everyone call you Joker?
It's a lot shorter than saying Alliance Flight Lieutenant Jeff Moreau. Plus, I love to make little children laugh.
I was just thinking how much you remind me of Santa Claus.
Look, I didn't pick the name. One of the instructors in flight school used to bug me about never smiling. She started calling me Joker, and it stuck.
Why didn't you ever smile?
Hey, I worked my ass off in flight school, Commander. The world's not gonna hand you anything if you go around grinning like an idiot. By the end of the year, I was the best pilot in the academy, even better than the instructors, and everybody knew it. They'd all got their asses kicked by the sickly kid with the creaky little legs. One guess who was smiling at graduation?
I need to know more about this Rolex syndrome.
Yeah, of course you do. It's an extremely rare condition. Nobody knows exactly what causes it. Genetic, maybe. It's treatable, but there's no cure. I classify my case as moderate to severe. I was born with over a dozen fractures, hip, thighs, ankles. My bones were already breaking in the womb. 100 years ago, I wouldn't have survived past my first year. Lucky for me, modern medical science has turned me into a productive member of society.
You're not gonna break a bone trying to fly the
I
ship.
don't fly with my feet, Commander, so I'm fine as long as I'm in this chair. I gotta be real careful when I get up to take a piss, though. I can do my job as well as anyone on the ship. Better, actually. So don't worry about it.
I'm not trying to make you uncomfortable.
Whatever you want, Commander.
I have to go.
All right, see ya.
All right. I've talked to everyone with a name. Just double check. Double check. All right, time to go get Liara. Eventually. Oh. I did eventually notice that there's people raiding. Playing on the Xbox, so I have to work back and forth.
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
And now we got Sir Liara. Eventually. Don't know if you guys can even see the kid. Barely. Barely. Oh, this is not where Liara is. Oop. Okay. Worth exploring these places? I can never remember. Let's see. I do have the advantage of the internet. Yes, there are places worth exploring. Christmas party. What we have here is a random ass metal. I always hope it'll spell out Babby. So graceful. Like a cat swimming in the wind. I wonder if I can play music. Does Twitch allow you to play music? The Xbox One. Questions on answers too. Let's see something. Christmas party, and the terrace overzealous, but it was sweet, big and endless. And with John played deep dance. Yikes. Die, 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 die hard. Die, 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 die hard. Die, 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 die. Die, die, die as well. No one dies harder than John Wayne. Even when his wife's died, that digression of Christmas. And put security kicked him out. John Wayne's just too damn proud. X. Nothing could have made him not different. That's his business. And with a lot of fights he couldn't pay, he blew that plane out on the runway. And with a plane down forever, all his men could die, 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 die hard. Gonna die, 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 die hard. Gonna die, 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 die hard. Die, die, die as hard as we can. Kaye, motherfucker. Kaye, motherfucker. Kaye, motherfucker. Kaye, motherfucker. No one dies harder than John Lane, saving all the passengers on the train. Someone wasn't there with his intentions. It was just a distraction.
Got it.
Okay. God damn it. They were the way when they could know. Headhounds we rule the silence world. And some made it die hard with a vengeance. Assists. Shotguns. I have played it before, several times before. And the achievements I don't have on this one, it's from DLC. First time I'm able to get it this time. I do love the trilogy Star Master. Circles. Do you play man ship, thin ship? What classes do you like? This thing's durable. They intentionally made the graphics look grainy like this, or was it just a limitation of this stuff? Damn it. Stop trying to talk to people. smart thing. Let's save. As I get there. Okay. Drive around in circles, drive around in circles. See. Oh, shit. Again. Stop the goddamn car right now. God. If only there was some way to know where it might pop up. Then I could avoid it more effectively in this session. Soon enough, I'm going to do something very stupid. This is the stupid thing.
Dead and done, just the way I like 'em.
Triples your experience. Maybe doubles it.
Alliance soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
The fact that you characters. Okay. I went up a level. Okay. And saving. Tough like oil and strife, a whaler and
Redeploying.
Scheinbar. Okay. My electronic skill probably still is not yet good enough for that. Waste of money. Oh, Mr. Johnson, troubles of his own. Had a young cat. So try to drive the young cat away. Gave it to a man far, far away. Cat came back, ran snake. Cat came back, thought it was a ball. Cat
Heading to position.
snake. Let's see, X. Yes. Mr. Johnson's neighbor swore he'd shoot the cat on sight. He loaded up his shotgun, nails and dynamite. Waited and he waited for the cat to come around. 97 pieces, the man is all they found. The cat came back, iron and snake. Cat came back, thought it was a goner. Cat came back, just wouldn't stay away. Macedon, Athens, Gonna Colossus. I bet she is on Athens. Sure. Red shift, blue shift. Nausicaa, the Valley of the Winds. She is not on Athens. In Athens, at Athens. She's at Macedon. Yes, yes, this is the one, possibly. Fargalus. Okay, let's go to Shartila. Rescue us. Sorry. Proctologist. Paleontologist. No. Archaeologist. There we go. I knew there was alliteration there. This is not the planet. Okay. I keep on hitting button, hoping to get a map put up just immediately. I keep on Jones' word of mine. I keep my eyes wide open. Keep the end of time. Because you're... I won't. There you are. I find it very, very easy to be true. Oh, that went on for a while. Combat sensor 3. I find myself alone when each day is through. She starts out with an awesome Omni tool. Yes, I'll admit that I'm a fool for you, because you're mine. I walk the line. You have a way to keep me on your side. lot of movies, looks like. Bandit camp. Where's the front door?
On my way.
All clear.
Here goes your mind.
I walked the line for you, Kit Kat.
Oh wait, I should. Much better pistol. And switch her over to... Okay. Don't have anything decent there. Let's see. Okay. Well, is what it is. Enemies everywhere.
Lock them up.
Go, go, go!
Okay, Shepard is already... not Shepard. Rex is already blown his load with all his powers.
Shield down.
Take him down. Take him down.
Now it gets fun.
I'll kill you.
Probably won't. It's there. Okay. Soft kitty, warm kitty, little slut. The fuck was that?
Think we're good, Commander.
Happy kitty, sleepy kitty, purr, purr, purr. Damn it, Talia, why can't she be higher level? Alright, so Liara wasn't in Sparta or Athens or Macedon. Macedon. Who wants to guess that she will be in the last of the 4 places here in the Artemis Tau Cluster? Yaxap. You know, I don't think I've actually ever gotten Asana to hire me since the first time I played through this. I keep on accidentally stumbling in here and killing her sister. Because I'm just too eager, ain't that right, little man? Oh, I went up a little. And I've got equipment, but that's no surprise. Okay. Gemini amp. The cooldown bonus will suit him well because he is much better at using his powers, obviously. Okay. Now, actually, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head back inside and see if my increased skills will let me hack those 2 safes. They probably won't, because 1 point is not a huge difference. Sometimes even the small difference can make a big difference. Can I climb up there? I cannot. Oh, I can climb up on... Can I? Yes, I can. Interesting. Whoa, I've never done this before. Is there anything up here? This is weird.
Enemy sighted.
Where? Where? Nope. Skill 2's too low. Still too low. How did you poison yourself, Tali? Tali's over to arrive, asked Neva. Steer with the joystick. Drive with the joystick. And steer. Ago. Overnight, someone was killed down all There are few at the scene. They all agree that the slayer who ran looked a lot like me. Oops. She walks these hills in a long black day. Yes, it's my friend's way. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows. Pirate camp, possibly. Pirates. Boring ass miners. Ass miners. The judge said, son, what is your alibi? If you were somewhere else, then you won't have to die. Spoke not a word would end my life, for I'd been so close. She wants these hills like they. She visits way. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows. Scaffolds high, eternity stand around.
You need to turn back, Commander. You're going beyond the range of the operational area.
Sometime. There's polonium and then our hills. Uranium.
Ready whenever you are.
much preferred a chopper. Maybe a helicopter. Oh, Mako. But a lot more fun. Okay. The last one. Knossos. Wait. Is there another one? Well, okay, no, there isn't. Zoom. Zoom, zoom. Listos. Theorem. That's where. Yep. Okay. That is where we will find the renowned archaeologist, Dr. Liara Dessoni. After, you know, we finish this stuff. That's Acros. Theorem. Because she's got a theorem. If that's actually the reason why it's named that, I will snuggle my kitty. Okay.
Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange, like off the damn charts. It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
Then why didn't you drop me closer? Dropship? It is a great big Geth dropship. Dropping a couple of Colossoi armatures. Aww. Didn't want to do that. See? 2.5 times. Plus you get equipment. Totally. Yeah, I will blame Presley. That racist motherfucker. Dropped me on the side of the planet just because I haven't
Only a
traveled.
fool punches an insect in the mouth. We should sneak around and pull its tail.
do it. I will punch an Athak any damn time I please, Rex. Well, he did get better eventually. Like the white guy in the movie about racism. Really, isn't Presley the real hero of Mass Effect? Got nothing against aliens, Commander. Some of my best friends are aliens. Damn, a powerful throw. You also have to get the DLC of some kind, I think, in order to get the Normandy crash site. Not sure. Yeah, that would be nice if they come back to Mass Effect. Apparently, a lot of people really didn't like Andromeda, so they're just not going back to that one. If they do come back for something, though. Because I do love this series. I love the universe. It's not just the binary morality, but so often the morality was kind of stupid. Like in order to be a renegade, you had to be just a jerk. A smart jerk. Just a dumb jerk. Although I do hope they still give us the prompts. That's the way I came. I want some sort of conclusion to the Andromeda story. I liked the gameplay, and I was actually okay with the story. But coming back to the Milky Way would be good. Just, I can see why they might wanted to have not done that, because I mean, Mass Effect without Shepard's hard enough. Then going back after all the stuff they did at the end of the story, all the changes they made. It's a big ask. But still, I really just love the game. I really love the multiplayer that they introduced with it. One of the things I did like about Dragon Age Origins was the not binary. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, very limited alien setup in Andromeda, very human centric. One of the things I did like about Dragon Age Origins was the gray and gray were fitting. There's the Colossus. God damn it, stop. It was a really interesting storyline, though. Like, who were the enigmatic precursors in this one? They seem a little bit more benevolent. Maybe they weren't. Were they related to the bone people? There was a lot of promise there. Honestly, at this point, I can't even remember what people hate about it. There was a lot there to dislike, but again, it's been a while since I played that game too. give you the ability to jump. That was something. Alright, they rushed it out the door for... Was it a Christmas launch? And wouldn't it be great to have an Elcor and a Volus in the party? And I want to see what the galaxy is like now that have they completely integrated organics and cybernetics and shit like that. Squad mates already dealt with the sniper. Elcor are slow as fuck, but they're tanks. I just think that's what happened. With a really big jetpack. Flying Elcor. Just a year and a half? Or wow. Shit. Okay, I think I'm about to go up against... Did I go up a level? I did. What's that thing, Jake? What's it? An armature. I ain't no squirrely armature. I can take this group out. I'm out of tea. Getting out to get my water bottle would mean discovering my kitten. To die here. they did eventually add Volus to the multiplayer in 3, and that was just delightful. There were 2 different Volus classes. Goddamn snipers. U-N-I-T-Y. Oh my god, get behind cover, you dumbasses. Yeah, I think it's just this fucker left. Oh, that was bad timing. See, one of the Volus you could have was a Biotic God. I remember that one because obviously that was a reference to the game. I don't remember the other one though. A shield guy. Yeah, some sort of shield dude. F. Unskippable. That's what you are. I cannot save. Can't level up. More challenging when you don't have a big truck. Okay. Saving. Maybe there's a cat species. People would love a cat species, wouldn't they? If you have coin, Kitty has wares. I mean, they already have a puppy species in the Turians. And sexy squids for the Asari. That is a well-aimed carnage there. Rex.
It looks like this cavern formed around the ruin, after it was built.
It's an interesting observation, Tali.
Sterile white. Protheans sure built things
I love Rex's conversational skills.
Hello? Could some... Can you hear me out there? I'm trapped. I need help.
Liara Tassoni, I presume?
Thank the goddess. I did not think anyone would come looking for me. Listen, this thing I'm in is a Prothean security device. I cannot move, so I need you to get me out of it, all right?
Your mother is working with Saren. Whose side are you on?
What? I am not on anybody's side. I may be Benezia's daughter, but I'm nothing like her. I have not spoken to her in years. Please, just get me out of here.
How did you end up in there?
I was exploring the ruins when the Geth showed up, so I hid in here. Can you believe that? Geth beyond the veil! I activated the tower's defenses. I knew the barrier curtains would keep them out. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please!
We'll find some way to help you.
There is a control in here that should deactivate this thing. You'll have to find some way past the barrier curtain. That's the tricky part. The defenses cannot be shut off from the outside. I don't know how you'll get in here. Be careful.
With a big damn gun.
With the Geth. They have been trying different ways to get past the barrier.
Krogan makes for a damn tough fight, I remember that.
I smell trouble.
All targets down.
fly in the sky. You can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book. Reading right. Oh, this could take a while. If your gun can't get you through there, get a bigger gun. Damn it. Damn it.
Oh, how did you get in here? I didn't think there was any way past the barrier.
We blasted through with the mining laser.
Of course. Yes, that makes sense. Please, get me out of here before more Geth arrive. That button over there should shut down this containment field.
Any idea how we get out of this place?
There is an elevator back in the center of the tower. At least I think it's an elevator. It should take us out of here. Come on!
Good. Did autosave.
I still cannot believe all this. Why would the Geth come after me? Do you think Benezia's involved?
Sleep.
Saren's looking for the conduit. You're a Prothean expert. He probably wants you to help him find it.
Oh!
The conduit, but I don't know.
Guy?
What the hell was that?
These ruins are not stable. That mining laser must have triggered a seismic event. We have to hurry. The whole place is caving in.
Joker, get the Normandy airborne and lock in on my signal. On the double, mister.
Aye, aye, Commander. Secure and away. ETA 8 minutes.
He needs to move faster.
If I die in here, I'll kill him.
Watch your weapons. Come on. It's gonna be a fight. Tough fight. Against a Krogan. Regen out the butthole.
Brenda, don't. That would be more fun.
In case you didn't notice, this place is falling apart.
Exhilarating, isn't it? Thanks for getting rid of those energy fields for us. Hand the doctor over.
Whatever it is you want, you are not getting it from me.
She'll stay with us, thanks.
Not an option. Saren wants her, and he always gets what he wants. Kill him.
Except ice cream.
Spare the Asari if you can.
Because he's on a diet.
Doesn't matter.
Let's see, got a shock trooper, rocket trooper, so a sniper. There it is. Okay.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes?
It's a coping mechanism. You'll get used to it.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander.
You
but
will soon enough.
To you. You saved my life back there, and not just from the volcano. Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction. That is my real area of expertise. I have spent the past 50 years trying to figure out what happened to them.
Just how old are you exactly?
I hate to admit it, but I am only 106.
Damn! I hope I look that good when I'm your age.
A century may seem like a long time to a short-lived species like yours, but among the Asari, I am barely considered more than a child. That is why my research has not received the attention it deserves. Because of my youth, other Asari scholars tend to dismiss my theories on what happened to the Protheans.
I've got my own theory on why the Protheans disappeared.
With all due respect, Commander, I have heard every theory out there. The problem is finding evidence to support them. The Protheans left remarkably little behind. It is almost as if someone did not want the mystery solved. It is like someone came along after the Protheans were gone and cleansed the galaxy of clues. But here is the incredible part. According to my findings, the Protheans were not the first galactic civilization to mysteriously vanish. This cycle began long before them.
Where'd you come up with this theory? I thought there wasn't any evidence.
I have been working on this for 50 years. I have tracked down every scrap and shred of evidence. Eventually, subtle patterns start to emerge, patterns that hint at the truth. It is difficult to explain to someone else. I cannot point to one specific thing to prove my case. It is more a feeling derived from a half-century of dedicated research.
Okay,
but I know
it's not
I'm right,
one specific
and
thing. You should
eventually I
have
will
a
be able to
pattern of
prove
data
it.
you can point to.
There were other civilizations before the Protheans. This cycle has repeated itself many times over.
If the Protheans weren't the first, then who was?
I don't know. There is barely any evidence on the Protheans, even less on those who came before them. I cannot prove my theory, but I know I am right. The galaxy is built on a cycle of extinction. Each time a great civilization rises up, it is suddenly and violently cast down. Only ruins survive. The Protheans rose up from a single world until their empire spanned the entire galaxy. Yet even they climbed to the top on the remains of those who came before. Their greatest achievements, the mass relays and the Citadel, are based on the technology of those who came before them. And then, like all the other forgotten civilizations throughout galactic history, the Protheans disappeared. I have dedicated my life to figuring out why.
They were wiped out by a race of sentient machines, the Reapers.
The Reapers? But I have never heard of. How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Visions?
Means butt stuff.
Yes, that makes sense. The beacons were designed to transmit information directly into the mind of the user. Finding one that still works is extremely rare. No wonder the Geth attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear. I am amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed, Commander.
This isn't helping us find Saren, or the conduit.
Of course, you are right. I am sorry, my scientific curiosity got the better of me. Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit, or Saren.
I don't know why Saren wanted you out of the picture, but I think we'll be a lot better off if we bring you along.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later on.
And her biotics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
Good to have you on the team, Liara.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate or slept? Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Prothean's true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
We can talk again after you've seen the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Tempted to hang up on them. So
We've
I can call
received your
them and hang
report,
up on them
Commander.
again.
I understand Dr. Tassoni is on the Normandy.
I assume you're taking the necessary security precautions.
Liara's on our side. The Geth were trying to kill her.
Benezia would never allow Saren to kill her daughter.
Maybe she doesn't know.
Or maybe we don't know her. We never expected she could become a traitor.
At least the mission was a success.
Apart from the utter destruction of a major Prothean ruin.
Way to be negative,
was that really
dude.
necessary, Shepard?
The Geth were crawling all over those ruins. We were lucky to make it out alive.
Of course, Commander. The mission must always take priority.
Good luck, Commander. Remember, we are all counting on you.
Okay. I did go up 2 levels. Alright. Boom, 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 and boom. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. So I will be seeing you around.